Hello, folks. We're here live with Rock and Bear NFL Week 10 on What Do You Think? Starting us off this week, Rock, we got Houston going to see Jacksonville at -2.5. What do you think?
Well, Houston 5-3, Jackson's 2-6. You think, oh wow, Houston. Osweiler, they haven't. Their only wins have been at home.
True.
Jacksonville looked mighty good against Kansas City. They turned the ball over 4 times, but they put up 480 yards.
Big offense.
KC only got 11 first downs.
They held them.
They held them. I'm going with Jacks to jack them right up.
I think with Houston's record on the road, Jacksonville's a pretty safe play.
All righty.
Even with the points. Jacksonville, 5 field goal.
Good.
Sure. Next game, Denver. They need to see something happen in New Orleans. New Orleans giving up 3 points. Rock, what do you think?
Well, Drees has been hot. What surprises me is they gained over 100 yards rushing versus Seattle. Now,
Tough defense.
You got to stop Drew Brees.
Yep.
I like Sean Payton. Good coaching job. Denver's offense has looked very average.
Average.
Their defense, okay, but Oakland got 30. When they were in Oakland, I've got to take New Orleans here, and I want to get the key out, and I'll lock this up, New Orleans -3.
New Orleans even giving up the points, I think, at home, a safe play. If the Denver was at home, I think it might be a different game. But New Orleans coming home, the Saints go marching in. I'll take your lock on that one.
All righty, let's go.
Another game I think means a lot for both teams, even though their record hasn't been that great. Rams going to see Jets, only giving up 1 point, pretty much a pick 'em. Rock, what do you think?
Well, the Jets can stop the run. The Rams got Gurley. Case Keenum hasn't been playing real well. Fitz is banged up. Marshall's banged up. Forte's banged up. I think that the Rams are getting 3.5. And if there was ever going to be an outright upset, this might be it. I'm going to take the Rams to win and cover.
Win and cover. Well, that's impressive. I think Jets defense will stick it out at home again. I'm a home rider. I think Jets defense will stop Gurley and Keenum.
They probably will.
Sure. Next game, Matty Ice. Been looking like fire. Going to see Philly. 1 point spread, Rock. What do you think?
This is a big one. Both teams. Atlanta doesn't need a win. Philly really does. Philly hung with Dallas. They hung with Minnesota. And I really think that they're going to win at home. I think they're going to bring in the big space heaters, and they're going to melt Matty Ice. Hey, Atlanta's due for a loss. Philly's due for a win. Plus, Philly's 3-0 at home.
Sure. Philly at home's looked really good, but I'll take Matty Ice with the upset here on the road. I think he might heat up, but he's still Matty Ice. At the end of the day, Carson Wentz is a rookie. Phillies look good on the home, but they're due for a loss at home, so we might hear the boo birds if it's going to be run up early.
Philly will.
They'll boo if it's 20-0 first quarter. That can very well happen with Julio Jones. If Matt finds him deep once or twice, that can be 2 quick touchdowns. So I think that kind of odd might be the favor for the Falcons.
But you're due. You're due to lose. You're due to win. Sure. And that's why I'm taking Philly.
They're all due, so we're split that game. An interesting game ahead. Kansas City with 3 points being given to them to see Carolina. Rock, what do you think?
Well, this is a strange one. KC's what, 6-2?
Yep.
You figure, okay, but then what do they do against Jacksonville? Mm-hmm. Right. Alex Smith wasn't playing, okay, sure. But that didn't have anything to do with their defensive performance against Bortles and Jacksonville. Yep. So I'm just thinking Superman might get back to being Superman. Mm-hmm. They need a win. Carolina, please.
Carolina, please. I think Carolina does need it. Cam's beat up. His care by the NFL has been questionable. We'll leave that alone. But I think my man Superman needs to show up big to keep the spirit on his team. They'll take a win, I think, as well.
Or roughing the passer.
Sure. Another team that's been rough on the passer, Chicago. And Jameis Winston had a big week last week. Tampa Bay Bucks. They're getting 2.5 at home, though. Rock, what do you think?
Well, that line has changed. The Bears are now favored.
Okay.
The Bears are favored. And after that sterling performance against the Vikings, Jay Cutler was back. Maybe they're just playing him up for trade bait.
Maybe.
But the Bears looked really good. Tampa, Winston's limping a little bit. Doug Martin might be back. They don't have much of a rushing game.
Right.
I'm going with the Bears.
I think the Bears is a smart play. Without any reliable running back, Jameis can only do so much. So I think the Bears will find an answer on the road to take a game away from Tampa Bay. Another team that has the Bay, Green Bay, and the Mariota-Murray attack of Tennessee. Green Bay's the favorite here. Rock, what do you think?
Well, is the Aaron Rodgers magic gone? They don't have a running game. Everybody knows it. They lost a tight one to Atlanta, and then they dropped one to the Colts at home, which pretty much surprised everybody. As much
Colts
yes, they did. They came to play. Green Bay thought it was going to be a bad backfield, cakewalk.
Frank Gore had one of the worst projected weeks and one of the most impressive productions.
Actually, Green Bay got pimp slapped at home.
They did.
I don't know if they can recover against Mariota, Murray. I'm liking Tennessee as the dog, and I'll howl on them to win outright. Ow, Tennessee.
Sure, Tennessee at home. I think Green Bay needs the redemption more. I think they have more to prove this week. I'll take Green Bay out on the road.
Okay.
Minnesota, who built the new stadium. Washington, Kirk Cousins been on fire lately, giving up 2.5. Rock, what do you think?
Well, I'm gonna get out the lock and key here because I think Minnesota has completely collapsed.
Okay.
I think that losing, they were undefeated at home, and then they lost at home.
Yep.
And then they lost to the Bears.
Sure.
And I'm thinking, okay, this team, we could, 5-0 going to the Super Bowl. If, thank God, they built a new stadium, because if they were in the old stadium, it would collapse just like the team. I've got Washington to win by double digits.
Rocks locks there for sure.
Yes, sir.
I like Kirk Cousins. Deshaun Jackson being questionable, missing the practices with his shoulder.
Yep.
I think they still have answers. If Minnesota doesn't have defensive magic, like I said in previous weeks, earlier in the season, they don't get a win. So I like Washington at home. Kirk Cousins on a rhythm. Washington's my Bears bet of this week.
The Bears bet.
Bears bet. Double digits as well.
Get the wallets
More
out.
than 2.5.
Get the wallets out.
A team that's wants to against the Chargers. Miami, going to see the Chargers, giving up 3.5. Rock, what do you think here?
Well, Miami's won the last 3. They beat Baltimore. They beat Pittsburgh, and they have Adai.
Yep.
If that's how you say his
Ajay.
name.
Who knows?
Adai.
I'm not proper with that pronunciation.
San Diego, Rivers has been on fire. They've won 3 out of the last 4. They beat Denver. They beat Atlanta.
Yep.
They beat Matty Ice. They're at home. You think, Miami's got a chance? They don't.
Right.
San Diego.
Both teams have momentum, that's for certain. Rivers has been spreading the ball around really well.
Yep.
Melvin Gordon, not consistent.
He just had a big game, though.
He did, but he also has bad weeks. So if history repeats itself, he might not show up or he will show up. I think if he shows up, they win for sure. It's a lock. If he doesn't show up, it's going to be closer because both teams have momentum. But I'll take San Diego at home, giving them 3.5.
And if this was in Miami, I might go the other way. But Rivers,
Rivers at home.
Cool.
If Melvin Gordon shows up, it's San Diego without a doubt. There's some variables at play, but I'll take the home team, even giving up the points of 3.5. A team I won't take, San Francisco, going to see Arizona. Right, 14 points here, pretty large spread. Rock, what do you think?
Arizona is 3-4-1. That division is slipping away. Of course, they're going to win. It's a must-win. The whole question is, on any given Sunday, what did Kaepernick have? 398 yards passing versus New Orleans.
Big day.
Now, keep in mind, New Orleans...
The defense.
Yeah, but that's a pretty big day. San Francisco, can they do that against Arizona's defense? Arizona hasn't shown us too much. They're going to win the game, but I think it's going to be much closer than what people think it is.
Sure. With the victory going to Arizona, I agree. I think it might be a closer margin as well. Maybe 7 points. 14's pretty far-fetched. If Arizona had a different record, like we thought they would have had earlier in the season, then 14 would be understandable. But 14 is just too much with the way they've been playing.
And remember, there's special teams, and there's flukes, and there's all kinds of stuff on any given
2 touchdowns
Sunday.
is too much for this team.
Way too much.
So I'll take San Francisco getting the points.
Alrighty.
The Dallas Dak Boys. Will they play Tony Romo?
No.
No. Get rid of him. Trade him.
Hey.
I'm over it.
that chemistry is so good with all the young guys. I even think they should get rid of Des Bryant. I think they ought to package Bryant and Romo up and send him to Cleveland.
That'd be a good deal, but I think that's too much to give up.
Moving,
A
yes.
team that has a lot to give up this season is Pitt. Started hot. Ben's back. Has some passes in the dirt. Rock, what do you think here?
Well, Pittsburgh's 3-1 at home.
Yes.
This is a must-win for them. It's certainly not a must-win for Dallas. The Cowboys haven't won 8 straight games in 29 years. Bell and Brown, 2 Cowboy defensive backs are out.
Sure.
You kind of think, okay, well, it's got to be Pittsburgh. I think the chemistry, Sean Lee, I think that Dallas is going to win the game outright. It's probably because of here.
Sure.
But, yeah, I have Dallas winning this one.
Dallas winning this one. I want to cheer for that. I think Pitt will be better at home. They had 2 flukes with that onside kick failure, with that Baltimore punt block was a big overturning point in that game.
Yes.
If those things don't happen, I think Pitt's going to have this game. If stuff like that can happen for Dallas defense, Dallas special teams, their momentum might bring them over. I like Pitt at home. That's why Dallas is getting 2.5.
That's probably the smart pick, but roll them.
I think Pitt might win by a field goal.
Keep
It's
those
going to be a good
Cowboys
game.
rolling.
But
okay.
Pitt at home, I think, is a safer play. It's my bet.
Yes.
Pitt at home or a split. Even though I'm cheering for the home team secretly. Seattle, New England. Some teams that need to do something for me.
Okay.
New England at home is looking really good. Rock, what do you think?
Well, New England's over a touchdown favorite, 7.5.
Right.
And Atlanta put up a lot of points in Seattle. So now I got Brady at home. Yeah, Belichick, they're 7-1. They don't need to win. But this is that late game with national TV.
Sure.
Pretty boy Tom.
He likes his airtime.
Sweatshirt Belichick by 14.
14, sure.
New England, pretty boy.
I'm the same way. I'm thinking New England by 10. That 7.5 isn't enough.
Okay.
New England on the road, maybe 7.5 would be a good spread. 10 points or more, double digits, victory for New England at home. I think it might be decided in the 4th quarter, though.
Whew.
We'll see something. We'll see an interesting game at
Yes,
least.
yeah.
But I think New England's going to find a way to get some points ahead.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
A Monday night brawl. Bengals, the shoot and blanks red rifle, going to see the football Giants. 2.5 points decides the game. Rock, what do you think?
Well, you've got Victor Cruz, Odell Beckham, and Shepard. And
Pretty
you've
good
got
core.
a running game that's okay.
Rashad Jennings is back.
The defense is a little so-so, but like you said, the Red Rifle shooting blanks. Giants are at home. Big game. They have to stay in. They're 5-3.
Right.
So Cowboys lose, Giants win. All of a sudden, the NFC East or the NFC period is like, what's going to happen next?
Sure.
So I'm taking the Giants.
Right.
I'm taking the Giants to cover easily. I'm going to put the key in the lock there and take another lock with the
Another
Giants.
lock. That's 3 rock locks for you this week.
That game's a pick 'em.
It's a pick 'em game. It is
Yep.
because if the Giants don't shut down AJ Green, then Cincinnati has no answer for their Giants core of receivers. There's just too many options for Eli Manning. He'll figure something out. He's got composure at home. Monday night, we'll
Yeah.
see. That's why it's a pick 'em. I think Giants will win by a touchdown
Easily.
easily. Well, that wraps it up for NFL Week 10. What do you think?
I think I've enjoyed the heck out of it. I hope you guys do. Have a great weekend. Pick nice, and happy Veterans Day to
Happy
all who
Veterans
served
Day.
our country.
Signing off, Rock and Bear. What do you think, Week 10?